Restaurants, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, wishing you a safe, healthy, and joyous holiday season. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on primetime, Suruhanu Frank St. Nicholas is acquitted on rape charges. Plus, a second public hearing was heard on a measure regarding local war claims. And in last gatherings, travel and limited testing among reasons for jump in COVID cases. Hafide and good evening. Thanks for joining us. It was a major case that closed just before the new year. The jury reached a verdict in the case against Frank James St. Nicholas, a local spiritual healer that was accused of sexually assaulting a woman in January of 2020. Tyler Matanani reports from Superior Court.
In Judge Arthur Barcenas' courtroom this afternoon, Suruhanu and former police officer with the Port Authority of Guam, Frank James St. Nicholas, was acquitted on all charges. He was found not guilty of 2 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct as a second-degree felony and 2 counts of fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct as a misdemeanor. His attorney, Jay Areola, shared a few words outside the courtroom.
Frank is very grateful to the jury. This is a very long, difficult case over the holiday season.
After several weeks of trial, it took just 2 days for the jury to reach a decision.
We're just glad that he was afforded his right to a fair trial, and we believe we obtained that right from the court.
As we reported, St. Nicholas was accused of raping a woman that sought Chamorro spiritual healing services from him in January of last year. In closing arguments, Areola argued that the whole case ties into the victim's mental condition, the fact that she's a diagnosed bipolar, and that doctors confirmed that she was in a state of mania during the time of the incident. He also pulled medical records showing she repeatedly refused her prescribed medication and continued to reach out to St. Nicholas even after the alleged incident occurred.
We're grateful to the court. We're grateful for the jury for the attention they paid in this case. Of course, St. Nicholas has now been cleared of these charges, and we'd like to move on and continue with it.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
And the clock is ticking for the legislature to act on an implementation plan for local war reparations. A second public hearing was held today on a measure submitted by the administration. Nestor Lecanto has more.
The plan sets up an adjudication commission to approve the claims, and the Department of Administration would handle the payouts. $10 million will be set aside for the payments, but several senators brought up concerns about the funding source. They also questioned the length of the filing period, and Oversight Chairman Senator Joe San Agustin agreed it should be extended from 3 months to a full year.
But we need to probably word it so that the survivors are not delayed, because the decedent is still processing. But at least we can get things moving. We need to just word it right where it just works its way, and everybody that's ready can start processing, and then everybody else, you got 12 months, and then after that, it's cut off and it's over.
The bill also opens the door for claims by the heirs of those who passed away, but they'll be paid out only after the estimated 700 eligible survivor claims are paid. Meanwhile, Senator Joanne Brown took issue once again with using current local taxpayer dollars to pay reparations for war atrocities committed by Japanese occupation forces and absolved by the U.S. government.
As much as I recognize the suffering of our people, Mr. Chair, I work with many of these survivors that are no longer alive today. And I know even now we cannot bring them justice for what they suffered. But to look at this and expect our people to pay themselves, this is not recognition. This is not acknowledgement from the federal government. And we need to make sure that when we do this, we're doing it the right way. We're doing it the moral way to ensure that our people are compensated, but not through this process, not through taking money off the table.
Senators have until January 7 to act on the implementation plan as submitted by the administration. Otherwise, it will be deemed adopted. Session is expected to be called by next week to address the bill. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Could cockfighting be illegally federally and locally in 2022? Senator Sabina Perez tells KUAM the new year may be the time to align local statute with a federal ban on cockfighting in states and territories. Cockfighting is still legal on Guam, and helping with the enforcement, the federal ban will be the lowest priority for Gov Guam according to law.
I think, revisiting that's a huge issue too, regards to whether it should remain legal according to Guam law, right? I know when the animal welfare law was passed last term, that's one of the things that was questioned, but it seems that that's something that we can be revisit for sure.
Animal rights groups Animal Wellness Action has been calling on the governor to stop abetting illegal cockfights by turning a blind eye to them, a spokesperson for the group has said. Revenue and Taxation Deputy Director Marie Lizama also told KUM that DRT has no role in regulating cockfights, a statement Revenue Tax Oversight Chair Senator Sabina Perez agrees with.
Because it is a legal activity currently in Guam law, it should be taxed. Right. This is an economy that needs to be taxed. If it's still, since it's currently legal according to Guam law.
Rather disagrees with in that last story. And a flyer advertising New Year's cockfighting at the Dededo Game Club prompted a press conference from Animal Wellness Action. It remains to be seen if cockfights will go on as advertised at the Dededo complex, commonly called the Dome. The new guidance comes as millions of Americans return from seeing family for the holidays. At least people are trying to get home. Thousands of flights have been canceled in the last week, in part because COVID has left airlines with a shortage of crew members. Now, as Errol Barnett reports, there are questions about weighing passenger safety against the needs of travelers and the airlines.
The shorter isolation and quarantine windows from the CDC are welcome news for airlines, which lobbied for the change to 5 days, arguing that vaccines and other mitigating measures are widely available and that the 10-day window worsened personnel shortages. But Sarah Nelson, the president of the Flight Attendants Union, suggests this new guidance meets corporate needs, saying, quote, if any business pressures a worker to return before they feel better, it will cause much greater disruption than any staffer shortages. White House medical advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci says the decision is safe.
If you look at the chance of getting a transmission in that second half of that 10-day period, it's considerably less than in those first few days. So on balance, if you look at the safety of the public and the need to have society not disrupted, this was a good choice.
Earlier, Dr. Fauci suggested the federal government should consider requiring vaccines for domestic flights. COVID exposure isn't the only risk for flight attendants. They've borne the brunt of unruly passengers this year, mostly over mask compliance. On this Christmas Eve flight, 2 passengers fight over wearing masks, and neither was properly masked during the argument. A really bizarre incident, and the woman you saw standing in that video was taken into FBI custody. Now back to the CDC guidelines, it should start to ease airline staffing shortages almost immediately, and we are seeing airline schedules return to normal anyway. On Tuesday, almost 700 flights are canceled across the country, and on Wednesday, that number drops to a few dozen. Errol Barnett, CBS News at Reagan National Airport.
The airport confirms that the United flight to Honolulu that was scheduled to depart at 9 o'clock this morning was canceled during the boarding process. An extra flight to Honolulu is scheduled for tomorrow at 11, in addition to the regular flight which departs at 8 in the morning. We also learned that the Guam Saipan flight scheduled to depart this morning at 5:30 was delayed for about 3 hours. It left at 8:30 a.m. Instead, there have been no announcements about the reasons for the cancellation and delay. We reached out to United's local representative, and they are waiting on a statement from UAL's corporate headquarters. And the last public health press briefing for 2021 occurred today, where public health officials gave an update on the rising number of COVID infections. Our Daniel Perez has more.
COVID testing has picked up again after a couple of weeks of being slow. Public health data analyst Vince Campo shared why.
When it came Monday on 12/27, we had a large jump in testing, and we don't normally see something like this unless there is a reason why, right? Lots of symptomatics, or people are flooding our testing sites. And so a good example is our T10 outreach testing is only from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Because we were closed on Friday, Saturday, the only time that we were testing was Wednesday from last week, and then Monday this week. So that was a 4-day gap. And that's why we would see a lot this past Monday on that 43 cases.
Campo detailed how many symptomatic people popped up over the weekend.
So we had 8 on the 24th, we had 4 on the 25th, and then the 26th we had 10. So that's about 22 people who were feeling symptoms, right? And they could not get tested unless they admitted themselves to the hospital or these urgent care facilities, right? And don't forget that they got tested on the 27th. And so people also waking up on the 27th feeling symptomatic rushed to go get tested for COVID-19, kind of resulting in that big spike that we do see.
Campo shared there were 3 reasons for the uptick in COVID cases. The first being the holiday season with all the gatherings and celebration. The second is limited testing over the holidays. And lastly, the travel cases from people coming into the island. When asked if residents should be worried about the rising car score,
definitely it is something to be wary of if the car score goes up. But I do want to warn against kind of jumping to conclusions, just because the car score is it's a very tricky metric. It's very sensitive to cases and test positivity. So we do have to wait out. So if we see kind of a big spike like this, our car score is going to jump, and it's going to jump continuously for maybe the next week. And definitely by next week, we should have a better picture of what transmission in the community looks like.
Campo warns island residents to not be holiday hoppers, meaning residents shouldn't hop from one party to another. He also reiterated the 3 W's and getting boosters and vaccines to mitigate the spread of COVID. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
In regional news, Governor Ralph Torres says he's confident he'll get a fair shake in the CNMI Senate after the House of Representatives introduced 6 articles of impeachment that they're likely to act on in a matter of weeks. Pressure is mounting, and CNMI Governor Ralph Torres is standing his ground. A full House vote on the articles of impeachment is imminent.
I'm sure that the Senate will give me a fair opportunity to explain any and all of this issue that's before me. That I can assure you.
The governor wanting that fairness in the House too, having said lawmakers like Democrat Tina Sablan should not be a member of the impeachment panel because she's running for governor.
And we already know, she's a candidate for gubernatorial, and she sits on the panel of impeachment. It says it all.
But what hasn't been said is how Torres' running mate Senator Vinnie Sablan's involvement will look like if it reaches the 9-member Senate.
I can assure you this, that my running mate and the Senate will give me a fair opportunity, and they will look into all this conflict of interest, and they will act appropriately. And that I can assure you. I have every confidence that they'll take that every angle into consideration and give me that opportunity of fairness. And that's all I've asked.
Torres faces 6 articles of impeachment, 2 articles for commission of felony, 2 articles for corruption, and 2 articles for neglect of duty. Once again, we invite you to voice your view across our social media pages with our daily question. Today, we want to know what goals you're setting for the new year. And before we head to break, KUAM and Coast 360 throughout the month of December share Making Spirits Bright. We want to see videos and pics of your Christmas trees, decorations, and holiday photos. Make sure to use the hashtag Making Spirits Bright Guam on Facebook or Instagram. Check out these images from the Kanata family.
The holidays are here, and you know what that means. Time to gather with family and friends, dress up our homes, and explore the Christmas season in paradise. Why not share these moments for a chance to win $100 in cash? Log on to visitguam.com/Instaguam today to participate in the Guam Visitors Bureau's #InstaGuam photo and video contest. A winner will be chosen every week, so share your best holiday moments now and win. Brought to you by GVB, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. Count on me, count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Half a day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Let us know what's up on our KUAM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094. The administration is set to host a 10-minute fireworks show to ring in 2022 in the heart of Hagåtña. Joining us live from Skinner's Plaza with more details on what we can expect is our Isaiah Uggan. Isaiah?
That's right, Tomas. We're here at the island's capital where the Office of the Governor is hosting a electric winter wonderland show. Joining me is Crystal Paco San Augustine, the Governor's Communications Director, to talk about the New Year's fireworks display happening tomorrow. Hi, Crystal.
Hafide Isaiah and Hafide Guam and Happy New Year. Yes.
Happy New Year.
Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And Governor Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Tenorio are so proud to bring back the New Year's Eve fireworks display. And if you recall, the same time last year, we weren't able to have a fireworks show to ring in 2021. So this is so much, this is to celebrate the progress we've made in the past year. This same time last year, vaccines were just becoming available, and they were only available to our oldest residents, our Manamku and our healthcare heroes. And so now over 129,000 residents have since rolled up their sleeves and gotten fully vaccinated, and we've made so much progress with our COVID response. And so that's what's to celebrate tomorrow night. We encourage you to look up here in Hagåtña Bay and to enjoy a 10-minute fireworks show. While you're here in Hagåtña, anywhere in Hagåtña is a great spot to view the fireworks. But while you're down here in Hagåtña, I'd also encourage you to take advantage of this event that you mentioned, the Electric Winter Wonderland down here at Skinner Plaza. Bring the family down, enjoy the lights, and every half hour starting 6:30 to 9:30, there will be a special light show on that big Christmas tree in the back, that center Christmas tree. Every half hour there is a special light show, the same vendor as our fireworks show. Again, 10 minutes down here in Hagåtña, December 31, 2021. Let's ring in the new year with a bang and a lot of celebration. Again, special thanks to the people of Guam for making this possible. It was because of you we are able to celebrate. Again, please do so tomorrow night responsibly. Wear your mask, wash your hands, watch your distance, and we will continue these celebrations again throughout the year.
Okay, Crystal, where would be the best place to, I guess, view the fireworks?
So the fireworks will be going off at Hagåtña Bay. So anywhere down here in Hagåtña is ample viewing spot.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Crystal. Reporting live in Hagåtña for KUAM News, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan.
Thank you, Isaiah, for that live report. Definitely some exciting sights to see tomorrow. And the plastic bag ban will go into effect come the new year. KUAM's Isaiah again joins us once again as he stops by Payless Supermarket in Mighty this morning to see how they're transitioning. Here's that report.
Public Law 35-130 was passed by the Guam legislature in June 2018, which bans the distribution of single-use carry-out bags, will be in full force on Saturday. Luis Borja, the new Chief People Officer for Payless, told KUAM News how all 9 store locations across the island are dealing with the change.
We just want to make sure that people understand, that we're compliance with the law. We want to be able to be community friendly and get the word out, and then environmentally friendly. That's part of our mission here at Payless Supermarkets. We're trying to inform our customers as much as possible. In the next couple of days, we will be putting it over our PA system. We've got some signage outside, and of course, having an opportunity like you to get the word out to the people that don't forget your reusable bags.
The law, authored by former Senator Regine Bisco-Lee, was designed to reduce Guam's plastic waste. Guam is one of the last U.S. territories to impose this law. According to the Island-wide Beautification Task Force, in a 2019 monthly beach cleanup, IBTF and community partners picked up 2 tons of plastics, recyclables, potentially harmful items, and trash. Borja pushes island residents to bring their reusable bags as the law inches closer.
Because come January 1st, there will be no plastic bags, biodegradable, or even paper bags available for them. So we want to encourage people to bring their reusable bags.
If businesses aren't in compliance with the law, all grocery stores, retail stores, and restaurants will be fined $500 on the first offense. After that, up to $10,000. If patrons forget to bring their reusable totes, Borja says Payless will have another option for consumers.
We do have bags here for purchase at 99 cents per bag, so we can encourage people, if anything, at least don't forget them, bring them in.
Don't forget to bring your reusable bags beginning January 1st, 2022, because all retail stores on island will no longer be giving them out to patrons. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Isaiah again.
As part of the annual Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign, the Department of Public Works Office of Highway Safety held an educational exhibit at the center court of the Agana Shopping Center today. Several of its partners, to include the Guam Fire Department, Office of the Attorney General, Peace and New Beginnings, took part with static displays and activities. The event allowed the public to learn more about impaired driving and highway safety concerns. The campaign concludes on January 1st. Stay with us. Coming up next on KUAM News, sports with Dave Delgado, and still to come, our birthday shoutouts. Keep it here.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
We've made a lot of breakfasts, and along the way, we noticed something was missing. A warm cinnamon roll for breakfast, or with breakfast. A fluffy blueberry muffin from the drive-thru you're already driving through. A glazed apple fritter, which might find its way into your coffee. These are options every breakfast haver should have. And now, they do. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Shout out to the refs at the McDonald's High School Basketball Classic. Guam High and FD going to work. Panthers big man Eccles with the footwork to get to the iron. Kane Santos comes up with the buzzer-beating block. Yup, I said block, not shot. He's in the zone after coming up with the rejection. Guam High's Avils gets around the defender and pulls up for the short jumper. This was his only bucket of the game. Yoshi was in the kitchen whipping it up. Bounce pass to Pangilinan. Pangilinan with the left-handed finish. As they work the pick and roll, Aaron Johnson with the pass to Alcantara, who decides to take it inside in between three defenders. He put up 10 points for the Panthers. Friars built a 10-point lead with 1 minute to play. Pangilinan drives to the rack, showing some touch on the floater. The Friars' big man hit for 10 points. Harris to Brantley for the assist. Brantley with 11 points for the visiting Panthers. Noah Dueñas sunk 2 late free throws to help keep FD ahead as they went on to win 60-52. Pangilinan with the last score here off the assist from teammate Arceo. In programming news, we keep it rolling into 2022 with all of your NFL action right here on the stations of KUAM. Monday, January 3rd at 4 in the morning on KUAM TV 11, NFL on CBS, New York Giants at Chicago Bears. Switch the channel over to KUAM TV 8, Monday, January 3rd at 11:20 in the morning, NBC Sunday Night Football, Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
Half a day.
Hi.
That will be $20, please.
I forgot my Mobile Smiles driver's rewards card.
No worries. You can now use your registered mobile number to earn points.
Can I use my mobile number to redeem rewards?
Sure. Just show us your photo ID or driver's license.
That's easy.
My 2 for $6 double bacon breakfast sandwiches have freshly cracked fried eggs with bacon crumbles cooked right in. And you can get them all day and night, and day and night. Only at Jack in the Box.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Coldstone Creamery Birthday Club.
No doubt it is most definitely a happy birthday on this December 30th to Louis Manahani Jr. Happy birthday, Louis. We hope you have an amazing day. Say your Barragata family. Hey, that's a big village. That's a lot of love from a lot of good people. Frank Santos, happy birthday blessings to Frank. Wishing you a lifetime of blessings, happiness, and good health. Love your Princess Yvette and Mama Shar. Hey, nice. And happy birthday to KUM's very own sportsman. You know him. He's a big man with a big heart. He loves Guam and he loves sports, and he brings you the highlights each and every night. Dave Delgado, Double D. So if you see him around, wish him a happy birthday because he's going to be covering sports at a village near you for sure. Dave, happy birthday, man. And happy belated birthday wishes to Bianca Sablan, who was born on the 29th. Happy birthday to our Mangi Neni Binky. We love you so much and hope you had a fun day. May God continue to bless and guide you all the days of your life. Love, your Sablan, Padilla, and Remelik families.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Uno Mixed is presented